So a little bit different. Good afternoon. I am Shannon Morrison. If you don't know who I am, I'm Shannon Morrison. I am so excited to be here with you this afternoon. And we are talking about an amazing conversation today. And I wanted to bring it to fruition because this is how I kind of have felt lately. And I don't know if any of you are feeling the same scattered energy, but I feel like we're kind of in a riptide. I feel vulnerable. I feel like there is so many things going in the outfield, and it has been a challenge to control my emotions. So put it in the comments below if you know the energy that I am feeling right now or talking about. So if you're just coming on, put it in the chat. If you're here live, put it #replay. If you're watching replay, I love to connect with each and every single one of you. So comment, ask questions, connect with me. It is my jam to visit with you and get to know you better. And so we talk about emotional wellness every single time we get on here. And I love to use natural wellness, essential oils, and other holistic approaches to balance my emotions and help my clients do the same thing naturally from their home. Okay. And so if you've experienced this overwhelming, unconscious lack of control of emotions, we're calling it kind of like a riptide energy. And if you saw the picture, I was in Florida a couple weeks ago on a leadership retreat, and it was riptide. You could not go in the ocean. You couldn't swim. I think I saw one guy that was trying to surf. When I said trying, he was sitting on his board for the entire time we were there because he just couldn't get in there and surf. So it was a little windy, and it's kind of comparable to the energy that I have been feeling. And so our emotional health is how we can balance this out, how we can self-regulate, how we reframe when these massive shifts in our energy around us create our way of being, right? We don't show up the same way in our business. We don't show up the same way as a parent or as a friend or a coworker. If we're stressed or feeling overwhelmed or completely and utterly sad, not being able to regulate these emotions. And that's why we're talking about it today, because it has come up. And I really feel like there is a huge shift when we're creating something new, something big. There's always a storm that crosses our path and slows us down. There's always a storm, a sickness, just an issue that comes up and creates a dance, if you will, right? And we have talked about from the very beginning of our connection calls, very beginning of our conversations, that it's 1% change that matters. It's 1% or one reframe that gets you to the next step in self-regulation or self-care, right? How we talk to ourselves is how we show up for other people. And that has really come true for me in this last month, right? How we show up for ourselves is how we show up for everybody else. How we do one thing is how we do everything else. Everything is interconnected. And if we want to find a calm in the storm or a calm in the ocean, get out of the riptide energy, how can we do that effectively? What is your self-care plan? What does your day look like? What do you start your day with? What is the intention? So we can get out of those riptide energies of anger, frustration, overwhelm, stress, all those negative feelings, and turn them into a positive. So we're here to talk about a way to balance those feelings out in real time, because it's life. There's always going to be a storm. There's always going to be a flash flood. There's always going to be a hurricane, if you will, or a riptide. And so in my experience, natural wellness, like essential oils, has been my go-to from the very beginning. I've used doTERRA essential oils for 10 years this year, which is so interesting. I was thinking about just the other day, like how young my kids were and how they show up now in helping themselves. And their go-to is natural wellness as well. And I am so excited to see them create that for themselves. We're not perfect, right? And we get to shift into what our body needs, listening and leaning in, okay? But I started natural wellness or essential oils because of my anxiety, because I wanted and needed support for my anxiousness and my discomfort that I felt. And in my education and my learning, emotions and discomfort are really connected. So when we cannot examine our emotions or figure out how to regulate, they turn into other bigger things like disease, discomfort, just spots in your body that freaking hurt, right? And so when we can control, regulate, lower our emotional waves, create a regulation or a balance or a grounding, that discomfort dissipates at the same time, okay? And this amazing oil blend that we're going to talk about today is super powerful for all of the things. Adaptive is a blend of amazing oils. And I was going to get my book out and I didn't. I was like, you know what? We're just going to talk about adaptive. This is real time. We're friends. We're family here, right? In the Google community. So it's really powerful oils for all of the things. We have wild orange, we have lavender, we have copaiba, we have spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, and neroli. And all of these essential oils are really powerful for calming. They're really powerful for brain support. They're powerful for immunity and for creating positive boundaries. Okay. Wild orange is super energizing, right? We think of wild orange as an energizing citrus oil to get us focused, get us energy, get us elevated from a lower depressed state to a higher functioning level, right? It is powerful when you combine wild orange with copaiba. And when I put those two oils in my hand, or I do that for my clients before a gem session, it is amazing what it does to calm your emotions instantly. And that is why I like holistic wellness. That's why I love essential oils, because aromatherapy changes your perception in less than 30 seconds. It changes your brain, it changes your mind, it changes your emotional state. And it definitely changes the way we react to other people and the way we speak to ourselves and others. And so when we have these amazing riptide-ish, great moments in our life, right? When we experience an upheaval of anger or frustration or overwhelm or stress, we have a way out of that. And I know that we've talked about that so much in here, and even on Wellness Wednesday or in conversations is, God, I wish we learned how to self-regulate when we were kids. I wish that I would have taught my kids at a younger age even that feelings are okay, and it's okay not to be okay, because we all have shitty days. We all have moments that don't go well. Yesterday, I think I dropped everything I picked up, and I was like, gosh, do I just need to go to bed? Like, what in the actual crap is going on, right? And I got to lean in and just slow down and be like, okay, like, what is going on right now? We get to oil up or meditate or tap, do EFT. When I am stressed out to the max, I tap and I feel so much better. Even if it's 5 minutes of tapping, it is super simple. I have a tapping session on my YouTube channel, Shannon Morrison, but there are so many tapping videos out there or ways to tap that I'm sure you guys utilize, but do you use it? Like, if you know them and you know it to be effective for you, whatever that is, do you meditate? Do you take 10 minutes? Do you take 5 minutes to tap? Do you drink a cup of hot tea and skip the coffee? Do you go for a walk in nature? Do you get vitamin D? Like these things that we've talked about for a long time, they're simple tasks, right? They're super simple, easy to do. And you're like, this is a no-brainer. It's not that big of a deal. It's not going to really do that much good for me. I am like a hot mess, right? Hot mess mama right now. A walk outside isn't going to change my perception, but it will. It will. And essential oils like adaptive will change your perception in less than 30 seconds as well, right? If you can get out in nature and you can watch your dogs run around, or you can listen to the birds, or you can watch the thousands of geese come in off the fields. Are you guys seeing all the geese? Oh my goodness. Around me, there's thousands and thousands of geese in the fields, and watching them come into the lakes and watching them lift off from the cornfields that are not planted yet is amazing. Just the other day, I was driving home and I watched a bald eagle swoop down in a pond and get a fish, and that was amazing, right? It's the little things that change our perception, that change the playing field for us and make it so it gives us a different perspective. We just need a different reframe, right? We need to look through a different filter. And changing the filter can be really easy, and it can make all the difference in your day, your life, or your year, right? And the life and the days of the families around you, like your family, the people that you're with the most, are highly affected by our mood. And ladies, if you're a mom or a wife or a girlfriend or a friend and you're around humans, we hold the emotional candle of the household. We just do. And so when we're not well, no one's well. And it's kind of like if mom ain't happy, no one's happy. It's actually true. So if we can regulate, we show others that they can do the same thing. When we can elevate our mood and we can lower our stress by the things that we do naturally, we give others that opportunity to do the same thing as well. We also connect with vulnerability, right? You're like, I am having a crappy day. I'm in this moment. I need a 10-minute such and such thing to do, right? I'm going to get my tools out. I'm going to go read a book. I'm going to sit a little bit because I'm not showing up very well. And I don't need you to have that energy, right? Have you done that? Have you given yourself permission to not be okay? Because that's okay too. Is this resonating? Oh my gosh, let me know in the chat if this is resonating, how you get rid of riptide energy, how you can show up for yourself when things are just a little bit overwhelming, is the conversation today. And oh my goodness, I love this conversation. It leads me to aromatherapy, which I absolutely love. I love diffusing, or I just put oils in my hands and I huff them all the time, right? I talk about huffing all the time. And it also leads me and connects me to Gem. And I am so excited. It's kind of why I'm a little bit done up today. You don't see me so much done up, but I am going on somebody else's platform, and we're going to talk about Gem, generational emotional mapping. And it's really about emotional wellness. It's about how to attain emotional balance using natural wellness and essential oils that we love, know, and trust, right? And creating that roadmap to let go of the negative emotions that are creating the riptide inside our soul. And I could do Gem every single day. It is near and dear to my heart because it has been so profoundly effective and life-changing for my family and the clients that I serve so far, right? So my dear friend Jamie and I are connecting on her platform, and we're going to teach the amazing effects of what Gem can do for them and you and anybody who wants to watch that.